Breaking news out of the Duggar family. A revelation so shocking it's leaving longtime fans stunned. After years of loyalty, quiet endurance, and standing by her husband through some of the darkest scandals in reality TV history, Anna Duggar has finally reached her breaking point. Divorce is no longer just a rumor. It's real, and it marks the end of one of the most controversial marriages in modern pop culture. For years, Anna was known as the wife who never wavered, even as Josh faced arrest, court cases, and prison time. Her silence was often read as loyalty, but now, everything has changed. Divorce papers have reportedly been filed, signaling that Anna is done with the life she's defended for so long. This shocking decision doesn't just shake up Anna's personal world, it flips the Duggar family dynamic upside down. What does this mean for Josh behind bars? How will Jim, Bob, Michelle, and the rest of the family react? And perhaps most importantly, what comes next for Anna and her 7 children as they step into life beyond Josh? In the next hour, we'll unpack every layer of this explosive story, from what led Anna to this decision, to the private reactions behind closed doors, the flood of fan responses online, the legal battles ahead, and the future that Anna may finally be carving out for herself. Stay with us, because this is one Duggar update you cannot miss. Anna Duggar's story with Josh began long before the scandals that would later dominate the headlines. The couple married in 2008, with their wedding widely celebrated among fans of 19 kids and counting. At the time, Anna was portrayed as the ideal Duggar wife, gentle, supportive, deeply committed to her faith, and ready to build a large family. She quickly embraced motherhood, welcoming her first child with Josh in 2009. Over the years, the couple went on to have 7 children together, presenting themselves as the epitome of a devout Christian household. But behind the smiles and carefully curated family images, trouble was already brewing. In 2015, shocking revelations surfaced about Josh's past, allegations that he had molested several young girls, including some of his own sisters, during his teenage years. This was a devastating blow not just to the Duggar brand, but also to Anna, who suddenly found herself caught in a storm she had never prepared for. Despite the outcry, Anna chose to remain by Josh's side, emphasizing her commitment to her marriage vows and her faith. That same year, yet another scandal exploded, the infamous Ashley Madison leak, which exposed Josh as a paying user of the adultery website. The revelation shattered the image of a faithful husband and left Anna humiliated on a global stage. While many fans urged her to leave, Anna doubled down on her loyalty. She publicly stated that she would work through the betrayal, citing forgiveness and her belief that divorce was not an option. For some, her decision was admirable, a sign of steadfast faith. For others, it was deeply troubling, sparking criticism that Anna had been conditioned to endure toxic and destructive behavior under the guise of religious devotion. Over the years, Josh's legal troubles only escalated. In 2021, he was arrested and later convicted on charges related to child sexual abuse material. This was, without a doubt, the darkest chapter in Anna's marriage. Once again, the world waited to see if she would finally cut ties, but instead, Anna appeared at court hearings, stood beside Josh during sentencing, and even seemed to publicly defend him in subtle ways. Fans were left baffled. How could she still stay? For nearly 2 decades, Anna lived in the shadow of Josh's scandals, clinging to her marriage even as the world around her fell apart. She endured the humiliation of public betrayal, the isolation from friends and family who questioned her loyalty, and the responsibility of raising 7 children with a husband who could no longer be present. Throughout it all, she became a symbol of faith to some and of misplaced devotion to others. And now, after all these years, comes the shocking twist. Anna is leaving. The question that everyone is asking is simple: why now? What finally pushed her to make this life-altering decision after standing by Josh through scandal after scandal? The turning point came when the rumors that had been swirling for months were finally put to rest. Divorce speculation in the Duggar world isn't new, but what made this moment so seismic was that it wasn't just gossip anymore. It was confirmed. According to court filings made public in Washington County, Anna Duggar officially submitted her petition for divorce from Josh, marking the first time she has legally and publicly separated herself from her husband. This wasn't a whisper or a hint. It was written in black and white, undeniable proof that after years of turmoil, Anna was ready to move forward. Alongside the legal documents, reports surfaced that Anna had confided in trusted members of her family and close friends before taking this enormous step. Some outlets even claimed that Anna's decision had been brewing for months, possibly even years, but that she only felt strong enough to act once she knew Josh's legal troubles were far from over. There were no sugar-coated statements, no attempts to soften the blow. The documents spoke for themselves. The internet reacted instantly. Fans who had long expressed concern for Anna's well-being flooded social media with messages of support, admiration, and even relief. Many praised her courage, pointing out how difficult it must have been to break away from a man she had stood by through multiple scandals. Others expressed sadness for the children, worrying about the impact the divorce might have on them, while still emphasizing that Anna's choice was ultimately the healthiest one for her family's future. It was also impossible not to notice the stark contrast between Anna's silence in the past and her decision to act now. For years, Anna had either defended Josh or chosen not to speak publicly at all, standing firm as the image of a loyal wife in the Duggar world. But this move shattered that narrative. No longer was she the quiet, submissive spouse standing by her husband no matter what. She had taken control of her story. Her silence had once been interpreted as acceptance or even denial, but now her actions spoke louder than words ever could. Anna wasn't just leaving Josh. She was reclaiming her identity after years of being defined by his mistakes. The Duggar family's reaction to Anna's divorce is one of the biggest questions surrounding this story. For decades, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar have stood as the faces of a family built on ultra-conservative Christian values. To them, marriage isn't just a commitment, it's a covenant before God, one that should never be broken. Divorce has always been considered taboo in their world, something they strongly discouraged, not only for their own children but for the extended family too. Now, with Anna making the monumental decision to walk away from Josh, the family is caught in a public relations storm. Some insiders suggest that Jim, Bob, and Michelle are deeply unsettled by Anna's decision. For years, they urged her to stand by her man no matter the cost. Even after Josh's scandals rocked their family's reputation, Anna was quietly encouraged to forgive, endure, and preserve the marriage. The fact that she's now stepping out of that mold represents not only a personal rebellion but also a challenge to the Duggar family's carefully maintained image. The siblings' responses are harder to gauge. Many of them, particularly Jill, Jinger, and even Joanna, have openly distanced themselves from their parents' strict control in recent years. Jill, especially, has spoken about breaking free from Jim Bob's grip and prioritizing her own family. In that sense, Anna's decision to divorce Josh could be seen as part of a broader shift, another woman connected to the Duggars choosing freedom and self-preservation over blind loyalty. On the other hand, siblings still closely aligned with Jim Bob's worldview may see Anna's choice as a betrayal of the principles they were all raised to uphold. Beyond the family itself, this divorce raises serious questions about the Duggar brand. For years, their image was tied to faith, family unity, and living by biblical standards. But Josh's scandals already shattered much of that credibility. Now, Anna's decision to end the marriage threatens to further unravel what little was left. For some, it's a sign that the Duggar dynasty is crumbling. For others, it's a reminder that no family, no matter how polished they appear on television, can escape real-life consequences. The church and faith community connected to the Duggars are also likely to have strong opinions. In conservative Christian circles, divorce is often seen as a last resort, something to be avoided unless absolutely necessary. While many will sympathize with Anna's struggles, others may question whether she should have stayed, citing religious teachings about forgiveness and perseverance in marriage. But as awareness of abuse, manipulation, and toxic relationships grows, there's also a new wave of believers who might see Anna's decision as brave and justified, even biblically defensible. Fans, meanwhile, are already speculating about what Anna's next steps might be. Will she remain under the Duggar family's influence, or will she chart her own path? Some hope she'll move away from Jim, Bob, and Michelle's control, embrace independence, and give her children a life that isn't defined by Duggar rules. Others wonder if she'll align more closely with Jill and Jinger, both of whom have shown that it's possible to step away from the family's oppressive system. This crossroads is as much about Anna's personal journey as it is about the Duggars' legacy. Her decision exposes the tension between strict religious ideals and the messy reality of human lives, and it leaves everyone wondering how far the ripples will spread within the family, the church, and the fans who have followed them for so many years. Anna Duggar's decision to finally divorce Josh is more than just a personal choice. It's a defining moment in the larger Duggar story. For years, Anna was seen as the ultimate example of loyalty, someone who embodied the family's teachings about marriage, submission, and perseverance, no matter the circumstances. Her decision to leave flips that narrative on its head and signals a new chapter, one that could inspire countless others who feel trapped by faith, family, or expectations. This divorce doesn't just reshape Anna's life, it changes the Duggar legacy. The family has always prided itself on presenting a united, conservative, faith-driven image to the world. But Anna stepping away challenges that image, raising questions about how long their influence can last and whether the Duggar brand can survive these waves of scandal and change. Looking ahead, the possibilities for Anna are wide open. She may focus entirely on raising her children in a healthier, more stable environment, or she could step into the public eye in a way we've never seen before. A tell-all book, candid interviews, or even distancing herself completely from the Duggar empire are all paths she might explore. Whatever choice she makes, it will be her choice, a powerful shift after years of living under Duggar expectations. Anna Duggar's divorce isn't just the end of her marriage, it's the end of a story the public thought would never change. After years of standing by Josh, Anna has made the bold decision to step away and protect herself and her children. This moment redefines her place in Duggar history, and fans everywhere are watching closely to see what comes next. Will Anna finally find freedom beyond the Duggar family's control? Only time will tell. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.